it's important to practice good hygiene. Welcome to the No Mongo Podcast, a weekly show about all things skateboarding. My name's Rick Beta, and I'm just here to advise you to push wisely. Just do the right thing. Don't push Mongo. I mean, unless you're just learning, you're starting out, that's fine. Just unlearn it as quickly as possible. But just do the right thing. That's all I'm here for, to help you out. You can follow along on social media at Rick Beta. It's RickBata. Or email the show, nomongopodcast@gmail.com. So, quick heads up. I'll be off for the next 2 weeks. It's got 2 digits, whole number, 2 weeks. So, you can scroll all the way up now on your phone. Just scroll. Check out some of those older episodes maybe you missed. This is episode, 231. And add a couple of different additional ones in there, too. So, it's actually more than that. So, yeah, go back. Check out all the amazing interviews I had with all these guests. Lots of amazing humans that I've had the pleasure of meeting and getting to know over the years. And like I said, swipe that thumb up for a change, but mainly just please support what those guests are doing. Whatever they're doing, they're always doing something new. So when you check it out, say, oh yeah, I want to check out this individual stuff. Maybe buy their things, support it, follow them, whatever, just please. I have them on this show for a reason. It's not just for selfish reasons. I really like these people. So I would appreciate if you checked them out as well. You could tell them I sent you. Now, starting off, hold on a sec. Okay, had to take a quick sip of my adult beverage. Starting off with a couple of, congratulations, okay? I'll start off with the most painful one first. Congrats to Sean Malto. Yeah, Sean! And his Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, they won the Super Bowl. Those who do not like sports, just kind of, you can put your 2 fingers over your ears and just go, la, 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 la. Y'all done and kind of ripped that trophy right out of the Niners' hands, huh? It was right here. It was right here, right there until the last minute. Literally, last seconds. And you did what you did last year. You won the whole damn thing. So, congrats, Sean. Mr. Malto. You're probably really excited. You're probably still partying, huh, dude? Yeah, well, you're probably still partying from last year. You're probably just like, yeah, we're going to go. We're three-peat. Hold it. Slow down. The Niners will be back. Hopefully next year, and we'll do this again. But yeah, I won't go too more into that. But I must admit, I'm no longer upset at Taylor Swift. Oh yeah, now you're really like, oh Rick, what are you talking about? I mean, it's not her fault. Okay, it's really. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a Swiftie, but I respect her music. She's got some good songs. But during the Super Bowl, I'm like, if they show her face one more time, I swear I'm gonna lose it. But it was only a total of 45 seconds is all that she was shown for the whole, almost 4 hours of that game. So I just had to point that out. I'm no longer upset at Taylor. It's not her fault. This was this Hollywood magic, unicorns and rainbows and just puppy dogs ending that had to be for the Kansas City Chiefs and for Taylor Swift and for Travis Kelce. Which leaves me, I'm no longer upset at him. I mean, I said some harsh things after the game. I was just frustrated. I was just talking about their faces. I don't ever need to see Travis's face again or Taylor's face again. I was pissed. I was upset. But just for less than a day, the next day I was like, I'm moving on. So yeah, I'm a few days removed from the game. I'm good. But as I mentioned earlier, the damn Chiefs, they better not come in and try and do this again next year. Thrice, no. You're done with 2. Can't go 3 in a row. So they've had 3 wins in the last 5 years? Whatever the hell. Stop. Sean Malto has enough. He has enough to celebrate. It's one of the best SLS riders in the history of the competition. I don't know. Anyway, I just had to point that out. So yeah, congrats again, Chiefs. I feel like I said this last year. Notice my enthusiasm. Yeah, congrats, Chiefs. If you're a Chiefs fan, I still love you. Just Okay? Just know that. Another huge congrats goes to Slam Skateboarding Magazine on 35 years of publishing great skateboarding content for all of us to love, to consume. 35 years is no joke. No joke. And you're not, think about it, they're not too far behind Thrasher, who recently turned, 43, I believe? That's a long-ass time for both. But definitely congrats to, Slam Skateboard Magazine. That's awesome. I mean, it got me thinking, though, like, what other magazines came out around that time that are still around? And actually, no, are they still around? Because when I looked, there were not a lot of them that were. So this would be, 1988, when issue number 1 was released from Slam to the world. 1988. That's crazy. Issue number 5, to put things in perspective, issue number 5 of them, they had Stacy Peralta, a Stacy Peralta interview. That's how OG they are. They've been around for a long time, much like Thrasher. All you gamers out there, you probably remember GamePro. Remember that magazine? I subscribed to it, I think, on and off for years. I would subscribe. It would lapse. I'd get a different, gaming magazine. But, yeah, GamePro. That one went under, though, in 2011. So, 89 to 2011. R.I.P. Metal Maniacs, for all you metalheads. Yeah. That wasn't around. It actually ended in 2009. So, a little less than GamePro. Oh, Soap Opera Weekly. They launched in 1989, hung around until 2012. Just barely past GamePro. I'm sure my mom bought this magazine for sure. I'm sure I saw it around the house growing up. I remember having to record The Young and the Restless for her, on VHS. Talk about, good times. And those are just some of the, a couple of the many ill-fated magazines that launched in 89. It's tough out there. Some people say print media is dead. I don't know. Will it go through a cycle kind of like with records where it kind of almost dies 100% and then it comes back? I don't know. All I got to say is keep doing you, Slam Mag. Keep doing you. Shout out to anyone tuning in over there in Australia. I see you guys. One love. Oh, quick question. Did you know that Kader was in New York City recently? And he filmed a 2-minute and 20-second Adidas commercial with Chris Brown and Mike Ward? Yeah? Yeah. That's right. We had our first Kader sighting of 2024. What? We got to see him in a car playing soccer/basketball. Whatever they were doing a combination of both. We got to see him do a switch flip over a bench, switch front 180 to a cool, and I'm talking like, I really sound cool, like a calm and cool speed check / power slide seconds before, crashing into a pedestrian. That was nice. That was at 24 seconds in. Did you see that? Damn. I mean, that guy handled it well. The pedestrian, that is. Because he was so off balance. He was leaning more on kind of his left foot, so kind of almost into Kader. That could have been a disaster. I mean, I sort of he did a push away with his right hand. That's a good thing to kind of help offset his weight. He's like, just reflex. I'm doing it now. Left foot, boom, So that guy, that was close. And then he continued on. He did kickflip another bench, 2 nollie front 180 flip to wrap it all up. So that was a nice run. But I had to point out that speed check and power slide ball. Calm, cool, and collected. I'd have to restart my run. I'd be like, whoa, guys, that was too close. Let's go back. Let's do it again. But yeah, there's there's a lot of them playing basketball in this. At 47 seconds in, that was just straight up. That's a penalty right there. Flag, everything. But what sport were they playing? Were they playing soccer? Were they playing basketball? Were they playing football? Were they playing rugby? All I heard was, yo, ref, yo, ref, yo. Exactly. Yo, ref is right. Let go of the man. I mean, unless you're playing it, I thought you were playing basketball. Maybe you weren't. And then moments later, Kader's seen doing a switch front flip over that. It was a 7-stair handrail, but it was one of those longer steps. I think the steps are about a foot wide. So that's a pretty long rail. Pretty high rail. Good stuff, Kader. We got to see the shoe. Got to see you playing, PS5, getting your hair done, getting your hair did. I see. But you know one thing I wanted to point out, though? You know one thing we didn't see in this video? Which was very unlike like his usual self? I mean, I'll let you... Actually, I won't even say it. I'll let you check it out and see if you can figure it out. But I was like, what? Wait a minute. He didn't... I didn't see him... What? Not one... Not one time... I was just like, very interesting. Is this a new Kader? Or is it an Adidas thing? Like, hey, man, we got to keep it cool with this one. We got to keep like, let's be rated G. Let me know. Let me know if you noticed a little subtle difference in this 2-minute and 20-second commercial. And are you gonna cop those Adidas? You pick up a pair? Let me know. Another video I checked out was Sewa Krutkov. Did I say that right? I think I did. Sewa Krutkov. Was it Three? His part was pretty banging. That was about 2 minutes and 16 seconds is what I wrote down. So a little bit shorter than the Adidas one, but dude was putting it down in the Bay Area. I mean, right from the opening image, I knew we were like in for a treat. His first trick wasn't too bad either. It was just a nice and clean nollie back heel down a big 3. But I wanted to point out, like, notice when he catches the board. It seemed like he was almost still on the ascent, right? Not descent. It's like mad pop. Mad catch, of course, too. But that was nice. I'm glad they included 2 angles of that. He just made that look way too easy. I'd point out, I mean, that's a first opening trick. Not too bad, right? And then a few seconds later, he busted out another trick that I truly didn't appreciate until the second or third viewing of this video, because I think if you blink, like, it might not notice in your brain, or it just won't register like the greatness it is. Big flip back tail shove. Is that 19 seconds in? That has so much going on. Big flip back tail shove. I mean, it literally flashed past my eyeballs practically unnoticed the first time around. I was like, whoa, wait, how did I not notice that before? But then if it makes sense, because moments earlier, he did like a big spin back tail shove. So, I mean, he just kind of leveled up, kicked it up a notch. Of course he had to kick it up a notch, right? It was so damn good and effortless, too. Effortless. Like, which is probably why I really didn't notice it at first. I mean, that's so difficult. Gotta love the attempt. Well, it was perfectly timed with the Bay Bridge reference on the song and the sighting at 21 seconds. But, I mean, I see you working, fellas. Even if it was the Golden Gate Bridge that was shown. I'm not blowing any whistles. It's all good. It's A for effort for me. 99% of the people watching aren't even going to notice it. But if you live out here, you're like, wait a minute. No, that's not the Bay Bridge. But I get it. I respect the effort. That's good. I just had to point it out, just because the Bay Bridge is a bit different, just a little bit. I mean, well, there's pretty significant difference, but I just had to point that out. But how about that tray flip? He did a tray flip, crooked grind to fakie at 30 seconds in. That was epic. I feel like if he played a game of skate against Shane O'Neill and busted out that trick, that'd be epic. That'd be a letter. Be like, check. Actually, have they gone to battled against each other? Now I think about it. I don't know. He just made it look way too easy. I was like, not cool, man. Not cool. Oh, checking my notes. At 46 seconds in, was that a Mike Maldonado sighting? I didn't go back to confirm. Yeah? Is that him? I think it was. I love the line starting at 49 seconds in. He did a tray flip, kick flip up the curb to nose manual, and then nollie flip into that small bank, which was timed well with the lyrics. I see you guys working again. Lots of thought went into this video. I like it. I mean, that counts as like a small bank to me. Bravo. Yeah. And the thumbnail they used, though, so the trick actually went down at 59 seconds in, but that angle, it didn't do that nollie front flip justice at all. I had to rewind it a few times to fully kind of appreciate it, or like see exactly what or how difficult it was. Only because I think that was more difficult, that spot, because he is goofy footed, because that's the hard way to go. Because had he done like a nollie backside heel or backside flip, It would have been kind of going on the lower side of the rail, so a little bit, much easier to spin than front side. But it's still crazy. I just wish there was another angle to kind of to truly highlight the difficulty of that, because you didn't really see that and couldn't really appreciate it as much as just like, oh yeah, okay, that's great. Because when I saw it, I'm like, wait, oh yeah, he's going over a rail there. It didn't look like it at first. It's kind of almost, it blends in. It just, like I said, it was just. I mean, it's interesting. Obviously, they use that for the thumbnail to get us to click, but I would have loved to see like a second angle of that one. Just, getting nitpicky. Then he had about like 45 seconds of just technical wizardry, all leading up to his ender. One that they originally lined up on the right side of him, and the trick, but thankfully switched to the left side to get, of the action and everything to fully take it all in. You notice that? And while I was rewatching, I was kind of focusing on the timing of the edit, and it worked. It was right about the time he crouched to do the ollie, and then the movie magic editing and stuff like that, quote unquote, had us flip to the other side. So that was who shout out to Chase. Is it Gabor? Nice. I see it. I had to call it out. Well done on that. But yeah, they had to move it over. Like, it didn't give that trick justice, if you would have been on the right side of him. But the trick itself, a nose manual, nollie flip, nose blunt. What? Okay, man. Whatever. I mean, how did you do that to us, and how did you do that, period? And that was just clean, too. I mean, real talk, that was clean. Well, I mean, I was thinking, like, what's more difficult, the nose manual or the nollie flip? And he did them both. I mean, for me, it's obviously the nose manual because I suck at them, and I'm not good at nollie flips either. But if you told me I could only do one or the other, I don't know. I would try probably nollie flips because nose manuals, hell no. But he did them both. Combo. I mean, I could see myself in my heyday being able to ollie up that ledge and then, like, maybe nollie flip. Yeah. Or try to, like, pretend to do a nose manual to maybe nose blunt. That wouldn't work out for me. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, either way, that ender was ridiculous. I'm glad we got to see multiple angles of it. I'm glad they switched the camera to the other side so we got to truly, like, cinematically see that unfold. It was a good angle. Well done. And quote, as he said, "Is that it? You have it? I hope so." Oh, they got it. They got it already. Multiple angles. I mean, could that be an early entry into the TOTY box? I'm already going there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could see it. Should be a nominated trick. Could be. We'll just have to wait and see. 10 more months, which is crazy, right? Years flying by. Let's see, what else? Oh, Riley Hawk's Out There. That was pretty good, and I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. Especially the first 3 minutes. Everything he said was spot on and relatable. 3 minutes that if you don't want to commit to it, I can't remember what the total length was. Things like 10, 12 minutes. I didn't write down. The first 3 minutes, just listen to that. Only because I've always wanted to get into some discipline of martial arts, but this just might make me, like, at least pursue, like, look into it. I don't really have the time during the week to do that. Maybe if it's one night a week or maybe on the weekend, I could squeeze in an hour here and there. I don't know. Maybe I can make the time. I just need another outlet outside of skateboarding. Like he said, another outlet outside of skateboarding. Sure, I do like some writing on the side and stuff like that, but sometimes I'm not as inspired, so I need something else. I think this might be it. It might be fun. It's challenging. Don't get me wrong. I know I have friends that do it. Students that work that I talk to, the high school kids, some of them are in it. I'm like, maybe, I don't know. But it was just, I wrote down so honest and real from Riley. It's just good to hear, like, his perspective. But yeah, those first 3 minutes were amazing. And what I didn't expect, though, is to get, like, a little worked up towards the end, get a little emotional right when Tony was talking about Riley, when he's talking about him. Yeah, it's his son, right? But you can tell, like, truly tell how proud of him he is. So proud. And also proud that he didn't force skateboarding on him. He didn't say, "Oh, Riley, you have to skate," or, I'm sure maybe it's easy for me to say, but maybe his kids felt like my dad's a professional skateboarder, maybe I need to, but he never pushed that onto him. Sure, I mean, nepotism was, I mean, some would argue maybe was involved, but it's not like it is in like Hollywood. I mean, Riley went out and earned that. He earned that his name on the board. He earned his name on those shoes, you know? And it's not just because he turned pro because of who his dad was. But yeah, I just had to point that out. Tony was so, I'm like, Tony, you're going to make me cry, dude? That's my boy. That's my boy. You could hear it in his voice. Kind of crackled a little bit, you know? You could picture like Tony just kind of doing the cut it off gesture and like, no, we got to do another take. Can't finish it. But Riley, he paved his own path and is continuing to do so. And as he said, maybe he could do this for another 17 more years, and that he's just going to go until his body says nope. But, if you obviously were paying attention to Tony's progress and how long he's skating, they got the same genes. And, now that actually Riley, I mean, not that I don't know Tony, but I don't think he was probably a big partier back in his day. And it sounded like, Riley kind of got that out of his system, and now he's kind of focusing on his longevity and his body. He could skate just as long as that. And Tony's going to be like, we're going to joke about it. 10 years from now, he'll still be skating, but probably not at the level he's at. But Riley could do it. Riley could skate for another 17 more years. I could totally see that. So, yeah, that's awesome. I respect the hell out of both of these guys. But, yeah, Tony, stop trying to make me cry, dude. That wasn't cool. That wasn't cool. But that was time well spent. So check it out if you haven't done so yet. It's out there. Riley Hawks. Very, very good. And finally, Caswell Berry's Dirt Weasel VX part dropped, 2 days ago? And as of this recording, it has about 6,400 views, so 6.4K views on the YouTube. And I think that number should be much higher, considering it's Caswell Berry. He's got a long history in skateboarding, a lot of fans from back in the day, the tilt mode day. I think it should still be, it should be at least at 10K. At least by this day. I mean, is it the title? That's why I wanted to point out. Is it, and namely the quote unquote VX. I know a lot of you will not watch it simply because it's filmed on VX. I say, you're missing out. I'm not the biggest fan of VX. Like if you gave me a bunch of cameras to choose from and like, oh yeah, I'll take that one. But I also don't hate it either. Growing up, yeah, I'm aging myself here, and I've talked about it before, but growing up before HD and red cams, I kind of got used to like the grainy ass, not even close to 480i types of screens in videos. VHS tapes, got nothing on the technology these days, but I got used to it. So I appreciate when I see, obviously ultra clear 4K when I watch sports or whatever Avatar on TV. I get it, and not having the great color palettes, the clarity. I get it all. But as I'm saying, I was just growing up on it. I was used to it, So it's like, it's not a big deal. So I won't pass on a video strictly because of what it is filmed on. Is what I want to point out. Bring on the high 8. The one that kind of looks like a gun. I had those in film school. 16 millimeter, whatever. What are the other ones? High 8, High 8, Super 8, Betamax. None of you probably remember that Betamax. It looks like a half of a VHS cassette. Bring it all on. I don't care. My thing is if I start to notice like specific things about that means the video's not that good. Maybe the skating isn't good. Maybe the editing isn't as good. Maybe the music isn't good. If I start I have this same thing happens with movies too. If I start picking it apart, or I get behind the cameras, I start putting like, okay, I wouldn't have filmed it that way. I don't know. Then it's lost me. It's hard to get back from that. But I didn't have that. Basically, Caswell, he had my attention the whole damn time. Sick skating, lots of late shoves. I think they counted 3, maybe 4. I didn't write them down, but I remember I had to point that out. Late shoves and a sick track too. But speaking of that sick track, is Caswell sending a subtle message to all of us about the importance of good hygiene and oral health? Quote, you got to wash your ass if you must. You got to wash your hair if you must. You got to wash your teeth if you must. Or else you'll be funky. Yeah, actually, we all have to do all of them, actually. If we must, no ifs about it. We must. But I forgot about that song. That was from the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 soundtrack as well. But check this out. I totally forgot how many good songs were on that soundtrack. Let me pull it up here. Not the Same by Body Jar. What's this one here? Oh, Alien Ant Farm, Wish. Oh, yeah. My man Exhibit. Paparazzi. It's a shame. You're only in the rap game. Only for the money and the fame. Paparazzi. That was just off the head. I didn't even look up the lyrics. That's a jam right there. I remember that song. Actually, I'm going to have to listen to some Exhibit now. No, mainly just that song. So, yeah, that was on there. Ace of Spades, of course. Yeah, Motorhead. Yeah, Blitzkrieg Bop. What else? Oh, AFI, Boy Who Destroyed the World. Great track. But, yeah, like I said, Dell, The Funky Homosapien, If You Must. And, yeah, Power Man 5000, When Worlds Collide. How many millions of times did we all listen to that? Which was that? Was that on the menu? I can't remember. I heard that song more than Dell. So yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, a little flashback. I see you working, Caswell. But as I said, you go ahead and get upset that you didn't get to see him take shots of liquor and follow him up with a pickle juice in 4K. You know, that's VX worthy right there. I mean, actually, now I think about it, is that a combo I'm missing out on? Liquor and pickle juice? I mean, is that whiskey? Because you can use a flask. You can use whiskey, right? You don't put, like, vodka in there. I should have looked it up. What goes well with pickle juice? Only because when he asked, I think he was asking Kevin Calder, who did all the filming. Great job, by the way, Kevin. I'm assuming that was him. He said, yeah, absolutely. I don't know, man. Let's take a shot, pickle juice. Take a shot, pickle juice. I'd be like, yo, Caswell, after that shot, you got to brush your teeth if you must. Here's the deal. No, Kevin's like handing a toothbrush. Here you go, man. Hey, no, you want Dell? You got to show it. You got to be the song. The message, you got to show the message loud and clear. Anyway, but Caswell, I have a hook now. Little Tom Green hook here. Caswell was off the hook for this one. So much so that 9 Club, hey guys, I know you don't listen to the show. You guys, you better update that list behind Chris's head. I think you got to put Caswell's name up there. Can't remember who's on there recently. I haven't watched a couple episodes behind. You got to put Caswell's name up there, okay, guys? Yeah. So just saying, man, Caswell's coming for you in 2024. Jacuzzi Unlimited, they're coming for you in 2024. They got big things in the works. I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know, like, firsthand intel, but from what I've seen. But Caswell, I didn't check his age because, honestly, I don't care because he's still killing it. I think he's like 5 to 10 years younger than me. So he's got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Pickle juice, though? And liquor? What am I missing? Someone please let me know. Say, no, Rick, you got to try it. When you're on vacation next week, you got to try it. No, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Let me have some. So anyway, that's all I got for this week. As I said, no new episodes for the next 2 weekends. So what that means is I will see you in March. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.